Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Did you guys miss me? I know it's been a few weeks, but welcome back to Sports News Flash at 12. I am your host, Miguel Mike Medina. I want to apologize first because the last time on the last episode, I said that the following week was Mother's Day. I was wrong. It was last week, but everything was fine. Mother's Day weekend was great, even though I consider Mother's Day every single day, but it was nice to spend time with my mother and my sisters who came through. But now it's time to get back into business, and we're gonna start off with hockey. If you follow the show Hockey Playoff Edition on my other YouTube channel, the MMM Journal, me and my contributor host Jim Berenger, we discuss hockey all the time, and I predicted the final score for game one of the Florida Panthers and Carolina Hurricanes, in which Florida won the game 3-2. And it took 4 overtime periods to do that. Matthew Tkachuk, he sent everyone home. And Matthew Tkachuk said that it's his favorite goal so far of his life. But both goalies stepped up. Florida's goalie, Sergei Bobrovsky, saved 63 shots. 34 of them were in overtime. 5 skaters played more than 50 minutes. It is the sixth longest game in Stanley Cup playoffs history and the longest in franchise history for both teams. Florida is now 6-0 in overtime in the postseason. And game two, if you thought game one was good, game two was good as well. They went to another overtime, and Matthew Tkachuk won the game once again for Florida, winning 2-1. Florida, the number 8 seed, has just been unbelievable. These Florida teams like the Florida Panthers and Miami Heat, both number 8 seed teams, are thriving in the postseason. Florida steals the first 2 games in Carolina, and they have a chance to close the series out in Florida. But this Florida Panthers team, they're physical. They believe in themselves. After they beat the Boston Bruins in the first round, I said to myself, you got to look out for this team. They beat the Boston Bruins. They beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. And now they're 2 wins away from knocking off the Carolina Hurricanes and go to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 1996. Another prediction I made was game one between the Vegas Golden Knights and Dallas Stars. I picked Vegas Golden Knights to win 4-3 in game one. And that's exactly how it happened. And that game also went to overtime. So us passionate hockey fans, we've been so blessed to have a terrific start to this conference finals. All 3 games have gone to overtime. No lopsided, all down to the wire. And Dallas, even though they lost this game, but I must say Rupe Hintz is having a postseason to remember. He has 22 points so far, 10 goals, 12 assists. Guys like him and Leon Draisaitl have an impressive postseason. And I can't forget Joe Pavelski. Joe Pavelski is a different animal when it comes to the postseason. Dallas Stars has a chance to tie the series today, this afternoon, to split the series, go back to Dallas 1-1, or will Vegas Golden Knights take a 2-0 commanding lead and head to game 3 to Dallas? So today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we shall see who will win. And another hockey news, Kyle Dubas, he will not be returning as the general manager for the Toronto Maple Leafs next season. Team president Brandon Shanahan, he made the announcement that they decided that they're going to part ways. Supposedly, Dubas wants to spend more time with the family and so forth. But now that he won't be returning, I wonder how this will play out with Austin Matthews. Will he be leaving Toronto? Will he be staying? But I will say that this is the beginning of a storm coming to Toronto because we will see the end of the core four. One of those guys are going to leave. They're going to get traded. So because you can't run it back with those same guys, they haven't got the job done in the last 5 seasons. In my opinion, is either going to be Mitch Marner or William Nylander that won't be coming back next season in Toronto. But as for Dubas, he was named the GM back in 2018. He went 201 with 109 losses and 42. So 201, 109, 42 as the GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're going to get into this commercial. When we get back, we're going to talk some basketball. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Sports News Flash at 12. Doc Rivers, Philadelphia Sixers, said bye-bye to him. Doc Rivers, I mean, he's a good coach, but I hate to say this at this point, he's overrated. The man has been cancerous when it comes to elimination games in the postseason. Doc Rivers has the most Game 7 losses of any head coach in NBA history. He has a 6-10 overall record and is 0-5 on the road. Philadelphia had a great chance to close out the Boston Celtics in Game 6 at home. And when they lost that game, I knew that they were not going to win Game 7. They were fortunate to win Games 1 and 5 on the road, but now you're asking them to win another road game on the road. I knew it was not going to be a good result, and that's exactly what happened. Ben Simmons, former Philadelphia Sixers, he must be laughing his ass off. The team dogged him. They didn't believe in him, no trust in him, and Philadelphia still haven't made it to the conference finals. James Harden, great player, but he's streaky in the postseason. And supposedly there are rumors going out there that maybe he played a huge factor in why Doc Rivers got fired. We don't know. But I will say that James Harden is not a championship caliber player. I feel like James Harden, best 2 chances of winning was in 2018. When they were up 3-2 against Golden State, but then CP3 went down. I felt like that season and this season were his best chance of going to the finals and maybe win it all. The way Philadelphia was clicking this season, I felt that they had a chance, but at the same time, I wasn't too sold on them. But Doc Rivers, he eventually will land a job somewhere else, but it's just that when it comes to postseason, I feel that his coaching strategy gets messed up or he gets fumbled when those elimination games come through. It happened with the Clippers, Philadelphia, Boston. He's fortunate to have one championship on his resume, which was in 2008 with the Celtics Big Three, KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. And like I said, my Florida sports is off the chain. Miami Heat have taken the first 2 road games in Boston. In Game 2, Grant Williams I like what he brings to the table for Boston, but he did not make the right decision to talk trash to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, he has been sensational. His mid-range game is incredible. The man can shoot from mid-range, shoot from downtown. He can facilitate. He can play defense. And he never takes all the credit. He always credits his teammates. And in the first two games, Miami's role players are outplaying Boston's role players. Jimmy Butler is leading them, but he's not doing it all by himself. You have guys like Caleb Martin, who had 25 points, 11 of 16 from the field, 3 for 7 from downtown. Bam Adebayo, 20 points. He's gonna do what he does always. Duncan Robinson made some big shots in game 2. So Miami, just like Denver, which I'll be talking about in a few, Miami is 2 wins away from going back to the NBA Finals. And this is a great revenge from losing last season to Boston in 7 games. Miami ended the game in an 18-4 run. And Miami is 10-3 in the postseason so far. And they remain undefeated at home in the playoffs. So that's not a good sign for Boston. Boston has not risen up to the challenge right now. In game 2, Jason Tatum, he had 34 points, 13 rebounds. But listen to this. In the fourth quarter, he has no field goals and combined for 5 turnovers in the first 2 games of the series. Jaylen Brown, he had a quiet game too, but the ones that really need to step up is the role players. And obviously, fourth quarter matters as well. So Boston needs to do what they got to do. But even though they're going back to Miami down 0-2, I still won't count them out. I can't count out any Boston team. So we shall see what happens in game 3. And how about the Denver Nuggets, huh? How about them Denver Nuggets? A lot of media members must be pissed right now because, yes, I get that the Lakers are the gold standard of the NBA, but Denver is the number 1 seed for a reason. They're young, they have depth, and they just look way better than the Lakers. Every challenge has been answered so far by Denver, and it continues in game 3, which happened last night. Jamal Murray, who's one of my favorite players in the game right now, he scored 30 of his 37 points in the first half. He just couldn't miss. He just could not miss. And you also have the role players who stepped up for Denver. Bruce Brown and KCP combined for 32 points. It was a collective team effort, right? A collective team effort. Denver won this game 119-108. Jokic had 24 points, but he had more like have a quiet night. And with those stats, like I said, it was a collective team effort. Denver is up 3-0 in the series. No team in NBA history has come down from an 0-3 deficit. But we are slowly starting to see that Denver will be making to the NBA Finals for the first time in the franchise history. We're going to take one more commercial break. When we get back, we're going to end things with some baseball. We'll be back after this. The Yankees are moving on from Aaron Hicks. All I can say is it was about damn time. After 8 seasons, Hicks has been designated for assignment. When I read this news, I couldn't help but do this. Hallelujah. And this is coming from a Yankee fan, but I am not a fan of Aaron Hicks at all. The only thing I'll give him credit is that he can field, but I can't stand his offense. The 33-year-old is hitting 188 over 28 games this season. When I hear that, when I read that, it almost makes me want to gag because I know how anemic his performance is. But thank you, Jesus, for the Yankees finally giving him the boot. And I'm sorry that I'm being harsh, but sorry, not sorry. So Aaron Hicks, his time in New York is over. It was about time. I feel that the Yankees held on way too long on him, and they had to. I'm glad that they finally came to their senses. So now it's on to the next one. And how about the New York Mets prospects? Brett Beatty, Francisco Alvarez, and Mark Vientos, who recently got called up after putting up amazing numbers in AAA. To have those three guys inserted into the starting lineup, it's exciting. So congratulations to those guys. The Mets have a bright future, all those guys there. Francisco Alvarez has been producing so far. Brett Beatty as well, Mark Vientos as well. Those three guys, they're the future of the Mets. You have Pete Alonso, who's soon going to be the Mets captain. I love Pete Alonso. I mean, listen, I know that Yankees, Mets, there are rivalries and stuff like that. But like I told people before, me as a Yankee fan, I never hated in a healthy way the Mets like I do with the Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox are my true rivals in a healthy way. But the Mets, we're like sibling rivalries, I should say. And they're from New York, so I don't know. It's just I can be hypocrite. And when I started watching baseball, I was rooting for the Mets at one point, both Yankees and Mets, but now it's just the Yankees. But I had to give credit where credit is due. Those Mets prospects, they're looking very exciting, and I'm looking forward to the future, what those guys are going to be bringing to the table. And so far, they're giving us a preview and a taste of what they will be doing. So, but yeah, but like as I was saying, I like P. Alonso. His story is amazing. If you watch his documentary, I think it's E30, but you can find that on ESPN Plus if you haven't. The man has gone through bullying. He's gone through so much, and look where he is now. So I like P. Alonso. He's clutch. He has great leadership, great baseball IQ, and he's gonna be great to mentor those guys early on in their careers. So, but that's all I have for you guys for today for Sports News Flash at 12. It feels so good to make this episode of Sports News Flash at 12. It's been 2 or 3 weeks now. I missed you guys. I missed doing this with you. But now we're back to business, and I just love creating. I love doing this show, Sports News Flash at 12. It's one of my passion projects. Also check out my baseball podcast, Baseball Heat Podcast with Mike. It's on Spotify. Support. And we're in this for the long haul. This is no short-term thing. We're in this for the long haul. And, just continue to inform you guys of everything that's going on in the sports world through this platform and also my other platforms as well. So have a great Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday. Stay safe. If you have nothing to do, stay home, you know, watch. I mean, you have plenty of stuff to watch. So, but always take care of yourself, be safe. May God bless you all. Enjoy some hockey playoffs with Dallas Stars, Vegas Golden Knights. The same thing with the NBA, Boston Celtics, Miami Heat. You have some baseball going on. I can't forget next Saturday is Night of Champions, I believe. So a new world heavyweight champion will be crowned. So I'll keep you guys. As a matter of fact, next Sunday I'll be talking about Night of Champions. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And like I said, I'll be seeing you guys next Sunday. Thank you once again for watching.